Hi, my name is Angus Ho with Daddy Dad, a part of the Ash Management Group. I want to show how you can budget as a full-time engineer, make real estate investments, and live an exceptional family life as a dad. So, come along with me in this journey of wealth. Now that I've turned 30, it's time to tell you what I've learned in my 20s. It's so important to learn from the past and to share some of my experience. This way, it'll help you reach your goals sooner, whether it's that dream house that you've always wanted, travel the world however you like, be financially independent, and retire early. So, let's get right into the 6 habits I wished I knew in my 20s. One of the first thing, and is the easiest thing to forget, is to not live above your means, especially when a credit card is involved. I bought so many things as a university student that I shouldn't have. I bought a lot of drinks, clothes, computers, and spent a lot of money at places that I don't need to. I could have used a lot of that money to save and invested it further into my future. Now, I use many budgeting programs to help me make sure I never live above my means again. You can check out some of those things in my video here. The second thing is waiting for things to happen is such a good one for me, especially now that I've turned 30. There is a question in the Bigger Pockets podcast who asks, what do you believe sets apart successful real estate investors from all those who give up, fail, or never get started? There have been many answers, and one of the common answers, and I agree with, is fear.
But a real man admits his fears.
Some people wait for more money, some people wait for more time, and some people wait for more experience. No one will ever get there with all three, and the best thing to do is to get started with what you have now. Then try to understand what you don't have and work towards getting everything you need. That is why I follow the ASH method, gathering the knowledge to strategically invest in real estate and the stock market. Always keep in mind, which is so important, don't wait for everything to get started. It's so important to have a product out there to be selling. Keep selling it and something will come out of it. Just remember, I'm just an everyday dad trying to budget and work hard as an engineer to stay out of debt. If I can start now with very little and not waiting for things to happen, then so can you. The third lesson I learned is to not sell stocks at a loss. When I was younger, in my 20s, I tried many strategies of investing. I tried strategies like buying on the expectation of a good quarterly earnings, timing the market. I also made a rule that I will sell when the loss is more than 10%. I have no idea how that rule stuck with me, but it's so embarrassing thinking back at it. Then, the worst rule I learned, which is worse than the first rule, is that it's better to sell at a loss and reinvest it back to make more gain. This wasn't wise because as soon as I reinvested the money, almost immediately, it took more loss. The stock market can be the Wild West, and if there was something I learned from this, is patience. If I waited long enough, I would have probably made that money back. One of the things that I wished I did more of in my 20s is take more risk. The sooner the investing starts, the sooner the learning begins. The one thing that I wished I knew was staying on top of the banks and learning everything about all the products they had to offer. I stuck with mutual funds and saving accounts for 5 years. I paid more in management fees than I did in returns. I played it way too safe, and if there was one thing I learned from it, it is to take some risk. Now, let's not take that money into anything. The only thing I would risk it in is in things I'm passionate about. My specialty is technology, engineering, and real estate. Those are the only things I would invest in. Just keep in mind that hobbies could change over time and the portfolio should adapt accordingly. For example, I was used to shop a lot back in my 20s. Therefore, buy into companies that you enjoy shopping with. Companies like Activision, GameStop, Best Buy, Starbucks, and Amazon. Just because I'm not a financial advisor as well, I don't want to only offer options that is too much risk. The companies I've listed are growth stocks and tend to be super volatile. So maybe you want to try blue chip stocks or investing in ETFs that have the companies you want in the portfolio is another way to go. The thing is, try taking more risk instead of playing it safe in your 20s. Now that I run a side company that manages over $3 million in properties, travel the world every year with my wife, and I live in a 2,000 square feet house, I still haven't gotten it figured out. I hear so many stories from a lot of people who are more successful than I am. So for one thing, I'm still learning. The last thing I wish I knew in my 20s is to not worry so much. The only thing you need to worry about is smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. That's right. If you help me out by smashing that like button, you won't have to worry about me asking again. What I actually mean is that my last habit I knew is that I wasn't patient enough and I worried too much about what if I did this instead or what if I did that instead. Sometimes it's all about being patient and riding the journey. Let things happen as they happen. Life is too short to worry about anything else. Well, I hope you enjoyed my list of some of the millionaire habits I wished I knew at 20. It has been quite a journey for me, and I hope you can learn from my mistakes. Of course, please join me at the Daddy Dad Facebook group to continue the conversation over there. Find me on Instagram and Twitter and follow me there on any upcoming news about engineering, real estate investing, being a dad, and topics on personal finance. Make sure you ask any questions you might have in these topics to the YouTube community by commenting below. If you would like to hear more budgeting, engineering, or real estate tips, please leave a comment down below on what you want to hear. Smash that like button, subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new videos every week on Mondays and Thursdays. From the Ash Management Group, this is Daddy Dad saving you money.